Hello champions, how are you? Hope you are enjoying, right? So welcome you all to my channel Champions Learn and Grow. So today we will learn about nutrition in animals, which is chapter 2 of your class 7. This is the part 1 of the chapter. In this chapter we will understand the human digestive system and its process, and we will also know in this chapter about the digestion in various animals. So let's start our chapter. So students, what is animal nutrition? Animal nutrition is the process of taking food by the animal and its utilization in the body. This is known as animal nutrition. Now, animal nutrition includes three things. First is the nutrient requirement, then the mode of intake, second thing, and the third is the utilization in the body. So we will see these three things one by one. Now, what is the nutritional requirement? Why we require nutrients? So this I have already done in class 6 also and in chapter 1 also, that why food is necessary, as we know that all the organisms need food for their survival. Why? Food is very important for the animals, as food provides proper growth and maintenance of the body. It also gives energy for performing daily activities, and it helps in the proper functioning of the body. Right? So this is the first thing in the nutritional, that is nutritional requirement. Now the second is the mode of taking food. How an animal takes in the food. So the process of taking food inside the body is known as ingestion. This is the first step of the digestion and this is very important. So you remember this term, right? Now the mode of taking food into the body varies in different organisms. There are different type of organisms. So the mode of taking food is also different in various organisms, like sucking. Like infants, they suck the mother's milk. Chewing is done by humans. We chew and cut the food with our teeth. Siphoning occurs by butterfly. Snails do scraping. And swallowing is done by the snakes. So this is a list of various animals and the kind of food and the modes of feeding. So you can just check it out and you can learn that what are different modes of the taking food in different animals. So now we will understand the process of human nutrition. The human nutrition involves mainly the 5 stages. In the first step is ingestion. In this we take inside of food. So intake of food inside the body is known as ingestion. And the second is digestion. It means breakdown of food into simpler substances. So this is the digestion. And the third is the absorption. Then the digested food generally gets absorbed inside our blood. So this is absorption. And the fourth is assimilation. In this, the absorption of the nutrients occurs from the food, right? And the last is the egestion. It means removal of undigested food from the body. So we will then understand each stage one by one, right? So we have understood ingestion before. Now what is digestion? So digestion means, the components of food generally contains various complex substances which can't be utilized by the body as such. So these components which are present in the food, these have to be broken down into simpler substances. For example, our food contains carbohydrates, proteins and fats. So these have to be broken down into simpler ones. Like carbohydrates have to be broken down into simpler sugars, proteins are broken down into amino acids, and fats are broken down into fatty acids. So the process of breakdown of complex components of food into simpler ones is known as digestion, right? Now, how the digestion occurs? What are the things which involve the digestion? The human digestion occurs by the digestive system. Now, what is digestive system? The digestive system generally consists of two main things: alimentary canal and the secretory glands. Now, what is alimentary canal? The food passes through a continuous canal which begins at the buccal cavity and ends at the anus. This is known as alimentary canal, and these are the various components of alimentary canal. The food passes from one component to the another and it gets digested. So the components of the alimentary canal include buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and the anus. Apart from this, digestive system consists of various secretory glands. What are they? Salivary gland, pancreas, liver, gastric glands, and the glands of the intestine, right? What do these do? These glands secrete digestive juices which convert the complex substances of the food into simpler ones. So these are very important part of the digestive systems which play an important role, right? The students, have you wondered about what happens to the food inside our body? So let's see. Now you know that alimentary canal generally begins at the mouth and it ends at the anus. So we take our food inside our body through the mouth. Inside the mouth we cut our food, chew food, and the food generally gets mixed with the saliva, right? So then it goes down with the help of esophagus, right? This is a tube-like structure, and then through this it goes into the stomach where some sort of digestion of the food generally takes place with the help of gastric juices, and then this digested food generally goes into the small intestine where the maximum digestion of the food occurs and the absorption of the food also occurs with the help of various digestive juices which are secreted by liver and the pancreas. And now from the smallest intestine, the any undigested waste generally goes into the large intestine where the water is generally absorbed and the feces are formed. Then these generally feces stored into the rectum and they are finally ejected through the anus. So in a nutshell, this is the whole process of the human nutrition, right? And we will do each thing in detail. Now the first part of the alimentary canal is mouth and the buccal cavity. So let's see. Now food is taken into the body through the mouth. This is called as ingestion. Now the important thing in this part is the digestion generally starts in the mouth, right? So this is the buccal cavity. So digestion starts in the mouth first, right? Now food is chewed with the help of teeth inside the buccal cavity and is mechanically broken down into pieces. Then after the chewing of the food, food is mixed with the saliva. The saliva contains various digestive enzymes which help in the partial digestion of the food. And the tongue then helps in mixing the food with the saliva. And this partially digested food is swallowed by the tongue and then it goes down to the esophagus. So this happens inside the buccal cavity, right? And what are the various parts of the mouth? The mouth contains salivary glands, teeth, and the tongue. So let's know about each part. Salivary glands, they generally secrete saliva which contains salivary amylase enzyme which break down starch into the sugar. So you can see there are various salivary glands present in the buccal cavity. What they do, they secrete saliva, right? Saliva contains salivary amylase enzyme which causes the digestion of starch into the simple sugars. So this saliva contains enzyme which is mainly responsible for the digestion of food inside the mouth. So we can say that digestion starts inside the mouth first, right? Then what is the function of the teeth? Food is generally cut by the teeth inside, right? We know that, and there are four types of teeth and these vary in appearance and each tooth is rooted in a separate socket. So there are generally four types of teeth which are known as, first are incisors. These are four chisel shaped incisors which are located at the center of each jaw, right? And these are generally used for biting and cutting the food, right? These are 8 in number, right? 4 in the upper jaw and 4 in the lower jaw, right? And the second teeth is canines. These are two largely pointed canines which are behind the incisors in the each jaw. So two in the upper jaw, two in the lower jaw. These are used for piercing and tearing the teeth, tearing the food. So these are total 4 in number, right? And the third one is the premolars. These are total 8 in number, right? 4 on the upper jaw and 4 on the lower jaw. These are basically behind the canines, right? These are behind the canines. So these are the premolars, right? 2 on this side, 2 on this side, and 2. So like there are 4 on the upper side and 4 on the lower side. Total there are 8 premolars. These are mainly used for grinding and chewing the food. And the last are the premolars. These are used for grinding the food, right? Molars are the these are the molars, and these are the behind the premolars. These are total 12 in number, right? 6 in the upper jaw and 6 in the lower jaw, and these are used for grinding the food. So these are the type of the teeth and their arrangement, right? Now, apart from the type of teeth, there are also different type of teeth: milk teeth and the permanent teeth. What are milk teeth? These teeth grows during the infancy and teeth fall off during the age of 6 to 8 years. These are the basically temporary teeth, which teeth occurs after when a baby is born. So when a baby just get around 2 to 3 years, these teeth occur, and they are generally they are 20 in number. Around these they shed off. They are not permanent in nature, right? They are temporary teeth. And what about permanent teeth? The second set of teeth that replaces the milk teeth are known as the permanent teeth. These they are total 32 in number. They last throughout the life, or they fall off during old age or due to some dental issue. So these are the milk teeth and the permanent teeth, right? Now students, last part of the buccal cavity is the tongue. So tongue is what is tongue? Tongue is a fleshy muscular organ which is attached to the at the back of the floor of the buccal cavity. It is attached at the back to the floor of the buccal cavity. It is free at the front and can be moved in all the directions. What are the functions? We use our tongue for talking, right? It also mixes saliva with the food during chewing and helps in swallowing our food. And we also taste our food with the help of tongue. And it has 4 taste buds for sweet, sour, and bitter food. These are the different regions you can see in the picture, which 4 taste buds we can taste: sweet, salty, sour, and bitter, right? So these are the taste buds through which we can taste our foods. So students, with this we finish a part 1 of the chapter. The link is given in the description box of the part 2. So if you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thank you.